Hi, welcome to Learnovative Agile and Scrum video series. Our vision is to make learning special, simple, practical, effective, collaborative, innovative, adaptive, and long lasting. So, we make these shorter videos to help you understand the Agile concepts and Scrum concepts easily and apply in your day to day activities at your workplace. My name is Vijay Bandaru. I'm a certified Scrum trainer, certified team coach, and certified enterprise coach from Scrum Alliance. So, in this video today, we are going to learn about relative sizing using story point estimation. So, this is most commonly used estimation technique across the world by Scrum teams, mostly widely used estimation technique. So, first of all, what is estimation and why is estimation? Estimation is nothing but approximation. So it's a guess. It may be guessing about how much time would it take to complete a task or project, or how much cost it will take to complete a particular function, or how much budget it will take to complete a project, or how much effort it will take. These are some examples. So why estimation? Estimation will help the teams to plan, predict, and track their work. Then sometimes people ask me, what is accurate estimate? Don't you think it is an oxymoron? In English, there's something called as oxymoron, which is two words with a completely opposite meaning are used. These are some examples. Fully empty, clearly misunderstood, happily married, and good mother-in-law. These are some examples. So let's move on. This video we are going to discuss about relative sizing, which is called as story point estimation technique, and this is quite often taken as misunderstood, or people think it is a very difficult topic to understand. So in this video I am trying to make it simple to understand so that you can use story point estimation in your projects. So I did recently a small experiment in one of my classes. So I shown these fruits to the participants in my class, and I asked them to select randomly 3 to 4 fruits and estimate the weight of those fruits in grams. So I asked the participants to select 3 to 4 fruits randomly from this list and estimate the weight of those fruits in grams. So this is the result. So I randomly picked up those fruits: banana, orange, pineapple, watermelon, and grape. So if you look at it, these weights are given by different participants who have selected these fruits. So if you closely observe, I am highlighting the minimum and maximum weight given for each fruit. For example, banana, they have given 15 grams is the least weight, 180 grams is the highest weight. It is more than 10 times variance. And orange, 15 grams, and if you observe, orange and banana more or less same weight according to the estimation, and maximum weight is given for 100 grams orange, so almost 6 times variance. Similarly, pineapple, they estimated 30 grams. I have never seen a 30 grams pineapple in my 48 years of fold, so that is 30 grams. And then highest is 2000 grams. So much variance between the lowest and highest. Similarly, watermelon, 500 grams, again 500 grams watermelon I have never seen, and the highest is given 1200 grams, almost 3 times variance. Similarly, grape, 2 grams and 13 grams, 15 times variance, right? So I asked them 2 questions. The first question is, have you all seen same fruits? They said, yes, we have all seen same fruits. Then why this much variance? No answer. My second question to them was, if I take a weighing machine and check all the weights of these fruits, 90% of the numbers given by them will be wrong, and they absolutely accepted. The reason being, they are trying to be precise. So let me ask you one more question. In your opinion, is this pencil big or small? I asked the same question to the participants. So some people answered big, some people answered small, some people answered standard, some people answered normal pencil. Then I asked them, how did you give that without having any reference? For example, if somebody asks me, are you young or old? My answer will be, are you mad? With respect to whom? If I have to consider my kids, I am older. If I have to consider my parents or my uncle or my grandfather, I am young, right? So if you have to say something about whether it is a big or small or short or long, you need to have a reference, right? So for example, here is a smaller pencil. Comparing to the smaller one, the first one I have shown is definitely bigger, right? So human brain is equipped in such a way that anything comes to comparison, it is more close to reality. It may not be 100% precisely perfect, but it is close to reality. That is the concept behind relative sizing. It is okay to be roughly accurate than precisely wrong. So if you give 2 points based on the size of the pencil, smaller size, and the bigger pencil is roughly 4 times bigger than compared to the smaller one, so it should be 8 points. So that is what is relative sizing. So the concept behind relative sizing is it's okay to be roughly accurate than precisely wrong. So you have just observed when I asked them to estimate the fruit's weight in grams, so much variance, and it is not guaranteeing that that is the accurate estimate, right? So relative sizing helps you to achieve roughly accurate estimates rather than precisely wrong. So how do we do relative sizing? There are few parameters we consider. The first parameter is complexity of the work. For example, eating a banana versus eating a pineapple. Obviously, pineapple will be more complex because the nature of the skin peeling is difficult compared to banana, and also chewing, pineapple chewing is much complex compared to banana. Similarly, second one is uncertainty. For example, grape. Until unless you put the grape into mouth and start chewing, you don't know whether there is a seed inside or not. Similarly, papaya. Sometimes papayas come with fully loaded seeds inside. Some papayas come with hardly 10 to 15 seeds inside. Unless you cut the papaya and see inside, you don't know how many seeds are there. So that's called uncertainty. The third one is volume of work involved. For example, cleaning, cutting, chewing, peeling. So that's called volume of work. So the combination of all these 3 parameters will help you to assess the size of the item. This size is given in a number. That number is called story point. And remember, it has no units. In general, people try to compare. One story point means 1 day or 1 hour. No, there's nothing like that. It's an abstract measure given based on relatively identified items. So let's see an example for the same old fruits. So first thing, we need to have a reference based on the complexity, uncertainty and volume of work, a smaller one, and give the size. For example, in this case, let's say we take banana. Complexity wise, it's not complex as long as it is ripe banana. If it is a raw banana, a little more complex. So the product owner should help you understand the nature of the fruit. For example, the banana is a ripe banana. And then there is no uncertainty in eating banana. Otherwise, whether directly eat it or you need to make it into juice and eat it, that also again have to be confirmed by the product owner. Maybe the banana size varies. Sometimes a small banana or a little longer banana. So product owner will confirm, yes, it is whatever size he can show you. And then this information will help the developers to understand the volume of work. For example, for banana, you need to first peel the skin, then take a first bite. You need to chew around 5-6 times each bite because it's a ripe banana. And then second bite, again 5-6 times, third bite, fourth bite. Like that, maybe 5 to 6 bites. and then throw the skin into dustbin. So considering the complexity, uncertainty and volume of work involved for banana, let's say they have given 2 story points. The first reference we have identified, it can be 1, 2, 3, doesn't matter, a small number. Now comparing to the banana, they need to identify little bigger one in terms of complexity, uncertainty and volume of work involved. So they have to look at the items in the backlog, and then let's say they have selected apple. Now they compare the apple's complexity, uncertainty and volume of work involved with our first reference banana. Obviously they find that apple is complex compared to banana because chewing an apple is definitely harder than chewing the banana piece. And there may be some uncertainty. For example, should we peel the skin of the apple or should we make it into juice or directly eat it? All these questions they ask to the product owner, and the product owner clarifies no need of peeling the skin, no need to make the juice, directly you can eat it. So this information will help the developers to understand the volume of work. So first we need to wash the apple because there will be some pesticides and dust, and then take a knife, make it into 4 halves, 4 vertical pieces. And each vertical piece, the edge part you have to remove because of the seeds, and then make it into 3 smaller size bite size pieces. There will be 12 pieces. And each apple piece, can you guess how many times you have to chew? 15 to 20 times on an average you have to chew an apple piece. I have tested more than 30 times, and if you have any doubt, when you eat apple next time, please check. So an apple piece of bite size, you will chew between 15 to 20 times. So there are 12 pieces, each piece 15 to 20 times. After eating all the pieces, you have to collect the waste items, put it into dustbin and clean the knife, wash hands. So considering complexity, uncertainty and volume of work involved for apple with banana, obviously the team identifies it is definitely bigger than banana. Apple is bigger than banana. Now how many times? Roughly. So 3 to 4 times. Maybe in couple of rounds of discussion, they realized that it is 4 times bigger than banana. So obviously 4 times bigger than banana means 4 into 2, 8 story points. So we have got 2 references. First one is banana, 2 story points. Second one is apple, 8 story points. Now considering these 2 references, they try to estimate the remaining fruits. For example, grape. One grape, complexity, uncertainty and volume of work involved with banana, obviously much less. So 1/4 story point. Let's say strawberry. One strawberry, comparing the complexity, uncertainty and volume of work involved with banana, obviously much smaller, so 1/2 story point. And let's imagine they're trying to estimate mango. So first they need to understand complexity. So they need to ask the question, what type of mango it is? Is it a ripe mango or raw mango? So product owner says it is a ripe mango, yellow mango. Good. And the developers ask one more question, should we make it into juice or just remove the tip and squeeze the juice, or we need to peel the skin and cut it into pieces and eat each piece? The product owner answered, you need to cut it into pieces by peeling the skin and then eat piece by piece. And one more uncertainty related question, show me the mango. Is it a small mango or a little bigger mango? So mango comes in varied size, right? So product owner says maybe it will fit in your 2 hands like that. So based on this information, the developers will discuss the volume of work for the mango. First thing we need to do is to wash the mango because of the dust or pesticides. Then take a dry cloth and wipe the mango. You may ask a question, why are we not doing this activity of wiping for apple after washing? Why are we doing for mango? There is a reason. You need to peel the skin for mango. So if you have to peel the skin when the mango is wet, for the force of peeling, it will slip through hands. So you need to wipe it off. So after wiping, then you have to take a peeler, then take the skin, peel out all the skin, and then take a knife, make it into smaller pieces, bite-sized pieces, put them into a bowl and eat each piece. Maybe roughly 2-3 times chewing, because if it is it's soft one mango. After eating all the seeds, all the pieces, then you need to eat the seed part. Compared to the individual pieces, seed part is little difficult. So after eating the seed also, you need to collect the seed, put it into dustbin, and clean the peeler, knife, fork, bowl, floor, wash hands and wash mouth. Now considering mango's complexity, uncertainty, volume of work involved with our first reference, which is banana. Obviously the developers realize it is definitely bigger. When they realize the mango is bigger than the first reference banana, then they go to the second reference apple. Obviously mango is bigger than apple considering the complexity, uncertainty and volume of work. Then they discuss how many times roughly. 1.5 to 2 times. So that is why 1.5 to 2 times 16 points, because 2 times of apple is 16 points, right? So let's take another example. Orange. For example, they ask the question related to orange. What type of orange? There are 2 types of oranges. One is imported orange, where the outer skin will be very tightly sticking to the inner substance. There is some other orange called, in India we call it as Nagpur Kamla. It is loose skin, outer skin is very loose. So the product owner should confirm what type of it is. Otherwise the volume of work will increase or decrease. So product owner says it is loose skin. Then should we make it into juice or directly eat it? Let's say product owner said no need to make it into juice, directly peel it and eat it. And then the developers discuss the volume of work. First we need to remove the outer skin, the thick skin. Then inside you will have the white skin. You need to peel that also, soft skin, and then make it into 2 halves. Each half will have around 5 to 6 pieces. Each piece 3 to 4 times chewing, and there will be a seed inside. Put the seed into a waste paper. Collect the seeds, thin skin, thick skin, put it into dustbin and wash hands. So considering orange's complexity, uncertainty and volume of work involved with the first reference banana, the developers realize it is definitely bigger than banana. Then they go with the apple comparison. Is orange bigger than apple considering the complexity, uncertainty and volume of work involved? And they realize no. That means it is ranging from, the orange size is ranging from 2 points to 8 story points, but towards the higher side. So maybe 5 points. Like that you can give the story point for all the rest of the remaining fruits. For example, apricot 2 points, and peach 5 points, plum 1 point, jackfruit 100 points, pomegranate 12 points, watermelon 20 points, papaya 30 points, pineapple 40 points, and muskmelon 30 points, like that. So all these estimates are done based on the 2 references we have taken, banana and apple. Banana is 2 points and apple is 8 points. Now what are these numbers? When we talk about these numbers we have just considered for the estimate, it is called as Fibonacci series. I'm sure you must be knowing Fibonacci series. It goes like this. It starts with 2 numbers 0 and 1. 0 plus 1 is 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, 1 plus 2 is 3, 2 plus 3 is 5, 3 plus 5 is 8, 5 plus 8 is 13. That means the previous number and current number will form the next number. So if you look at the sequence, 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, 55, like that. But when you look at it, the series, don't you think some numbers like 34, 89, 144, they look very precise numbers. So in order to remove that kind of precise thinking, this series is slightly changed to 0, half, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13. After 13, anything is blur. That means gray area. So that is the rough numbers. You see 20, 40, 100 and so on. So any item estimated within the range of 0 to 13 in the backlog is considered to be definite range. That means maybe less complexity or less uncertainty or less volume of work involved, and the team is confident about their estimate. any item in your backlog estimated 20 and above is considered to be indefinite range. Maybe more complexity or more uncertainty, more volume of work involved, and the team is not very confident about the estimate. That is why it is on the higher side. Now imagine when you are working in a complex environment, all the time you may not be able to get items estimated on the definite range. Sometimes you may have some larger items with higher complexity, high volume of work involved, or higher uncertainty. Obviously they will be estimated on the indefinite side. So when you have some items which are estimated in indefinite range, what you should do to bring them to definite range? Can you guess what you should do? That's right. You need to split the items into smaller. The splitting will continuously happen in backlog refinement or the sprint planning. So the Scrum team will understand the items. If it is too much bigger, that means 20 and above range, they try to split it into smaller like that. For example, let's take a practical case. Imagine there is a functionality called payment. It's a huge functionality. When the team discussed that in the backlog refinement to break it into smaller items, they may realize payment can be made in different formats. For example, one option could be cash on delivery. Maybe another option could be net banking, using net banking payment. The third option can be EMI, equated monthly installment. The fourth option may be using Visa card. The last option may be using Google Pay, one of the digital payment systems available in India. So when the payment is estimated at the higher, when the product owner, developers and Scrum Master sitting in the backlog refinement or sprint planning, they can divide into individual parts. The product owner can now prioritize these items. Which of the payment gateways is most important to the customers? That will be prioritized, and the team can give a smaller estimate to that and can be done in the early sprints, right? Now you may ask a question, why Fibonacci series? Why not other series like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64 like that? There's a reason behind that. If you look at the Fibonacci series, it is a naturally growing pattern. That means the difference between two numbers will be gradually growing. So that is why we take this, and you don't find this kind of difference between two numbers in any of the other sequences we just displayed above, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 or 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64 like that. And moreover, considering the reference buckets, you can consider these numbers like buckets, 1 liter, 2 liter, 3 liter, 5 liter, 8 liter like that. So considering, for example, our reference is 5 and 13, the developers can easily estimate the new items based on this comparison, which item, which size. So easy to identify the new item size based on the references. That is the first advantage. The second reason is, for example, our reference is 5 and 13. The team is estimating a new item which they realized it is definitely bigger than 20, but 40 will become too much. So obviously there is no number which is matching. So they can't go either with 20 because they realized bigger than 20. So obviously they will break that item into smaller items and they try to identify the suitable individual smaller buckets. So that means the complexity of the large items can be broken continuously to make them into definite side estimates. And another reason is, for example, I give you two stones, 1 kilo stone and 2 kilogram stone, or 1 pound stone or 2 pound stone, and I put one in your left hand and one in your right hand, and I ask you which is more weight. By just using your hands up and down, you can easily tell me, yes, 2 kilogram or 2 pound stone is more weight compared to the other one. But if I ask the same question by putting a 31 kilo stone in one hand and a 32 kilo stone in other hand, left hand 31 kilo, and right hand 32 kilo. It is quite difficult to tell me which is more weight because they're very closer and higher. That is why if you use sequence numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, the team will have difficulty when the items are larger to identify the precise number. And that's the reasons we are using the Fibonacci series here. The modified Fibonacci series, which is 0, half, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 20, 40, 100 like that. Now, how can you use this relative sizing in a software project? The very first point you have to do is prepare a product backlog with required items for the product. Basically, the product owner will create the product backlog. And then from the list, let the developers choose 2 reference items. As we discussed in the example, banana is the first reference. Based on the complexity, uncertainty and volume of work involved, they have given for 2 story points for banana. Similarly, compared to banana, they have identified apple as a second reference. They realize it is 4 times bigger in terms of complexity, uncertainty and volume of work involved. So they have given 8 story points for apple. So first reference banana, second reference apple. Then using those references, they can estimate the remaining items, just like how we did for mango, grape, strawberry, plum or orange. Now assign story points according to that. And then you can cumulate the sum of the numbers will become the overall size of the backlog. If you're taking a release with a set of identified items for that release. So in the release planning, you take the help of developers to give you the estimation based on the relative sizing, and remaining items they will estimate. So overall release items, the targeted release items will be given, and you can use the release burn up or release burn down charts, which I have explained in my previous video, how to track the overall progress of the project or a release of a project using burn down or burn up chart. I'm giving the link in the below video to go through that. I hope you have liked the video, and thank you so much for watching this video. If you have liked this, please like and share. Also, please subscribe to our channel. Our channel is www.youtube.com/Learnovative. Thank you so much.